ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः।
So welcome to this 12th class Bhagavad Gita, sharing what I got benefit. And here we are adding one Dhyana sloka because day 4 yesterday or something they started chanting or learning. One person is teaching in the city, so she joined. So she'll be teaching Bhagavad Gita sloka for 100 days. So 100 days is ending in December, I think, Gita Jayanti day. So that is why they started 7 slokas a day. So 100 days they are planning to finish 700 slokas.
Anybody want to
Teaching.
send the
So,
link?
now we started the actual teaching of Bhagavad Gita in the 9th class after introduction, positioning, preparatory techniques and Karma Yoga. So teaching started 9th class, this is 12th class, 9, 11, 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. One more class may take because we have to end one round of teaching with the benefits also. Now the teaching is going on from the second chapter and then up to the verse number 30 is actual teaching of self-knowledge, then benefits, immediate benefits of Arjuna, that is fighting, and then benefits of self-knowledge. That will be discussed. So that will most probably take one more class. That one round of teaching will end, 9th to 13th. So after that, the second round of teaching will start. These are all some more introduction of Bhagavad Gita because it may take, I think, 4 or 5 rounds. The second round, up to Karma Yoga, everything will be same. Then this is Karma Yoga Pradhana, then Jnanam. Bhakti is only in the Karma Yoga part, Bhakti takes care. The Karma Yoga takes care of Bhakti. Ishvara is bringing, no? Ishvara from Bhakti. So that much is there and not much. So the second round, Karma Yoga, everything will be there and a little more devotion. Then contemplation, that's what is planning. So contemplation means Nididhyasana, 6th chapter, we touched one sloka, Yadadivo Nivadasta. So that one is followed by the 20th sloka, my favorite sloka, 20 to 23. So that is the second round of teaching. So second round of teaching also will be ending with some benefits. Every round will end with some extra benefits. Then third round we will focus on Bhakti Pradhana. Like this Karma Pradhana, Bhakti Pradhana. That is will be there in the 7th chapter and 12th chapter. So that is one. Then there will be still 1 or 2 things are left behind. That is the Jnana Pradhana. Then 15 chapters separately we may have to cover because all the slokas are important. Then 18th chapter, Kartritva Nasha. So that is the end. So 66th sloka of 18th chapter. So it may take 3, 4, 5 rounds. So first round is coming to the penultimate stage this week and mostly next week also. So here we have to start with the sloka 19, 20 and 21 are combined because some of the points are common to these 3. So we will start with the sloka 19. 2021 together.
यतेनं वेत्ति हन्तारम् यस्यैनं हन्यते हतम् कुतोऽसौ न विजानीतः नायं हन्ति न हन्यते.
Chapter 2, verse 19. The one who thinks this, that is the self, to be the killer, and the one who thinks of it as the killed, both do not know. This self does not kill, nor is it killed. That's the translation.
2021.
न जायते प्रियते न कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे.
Chapter 2, verse 20. This self is never born, nor does it die. It is not that, having been, it ceases to exist again. It is unborn, eternal, undergoes no change whatsoever, and is ever new. When the body is destroyed, the self is not destroyed. That's the translation.
वेदाविनाशिनं नित्यं यतेनमजनं व्ययम् कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कङ्घातयति हन्तिकम्.
Chapter 2, verse 21. Partha, that is Arjuna, the one who knows this self to be indestructible, timeless, unborn, and not subject to decline, how and whom does that person kill? Whom does he cause to kill? That's the translation.
Yeah. These three slokas, some of them are common, so we have grouped together. Here it is Yaenam Vetti Hantaram Yastainam Manyate Hatam. See the doer and the person who is receiving the action. So please mute this thing. You are all of you. I'm not able to keep this sound is too much. So please mute all your this thing systems so that that sound will not come here. So here, from the point of body only, the doership is there. The doer and the receiver. But here the teaching is started with the thing that you are not the body, mind, intellect, you are the Atma. From the point of Atma, there is no receiver of action, no doer of action, because Atma is common to both of them. So here, an example can be given. The example is like that, movie shooting is taking place. So one person has to shoot the other person or group of people. So he is hesitating to shoot. So inside the movie shooting, the director is telling, this is only role play you are doing. You will not be booked into this shooting or killing. And those people also will not be shot or killed. Only the Vesha is like that, and there will be costumes and everything which will make the viewer of the film like blood is coming in everything, nothing is going to happen. So if the shooting person and the receiving person, if it is a double acting also, if it is a multiple actors also, this example can fit. In case of double acting also, the same person will have two roles, the terrorist as well as the police. Otherwise also a group of people, everything, because everything in the shooting will not be real. So when from the point of normal life, film is an entertainment. So in the entertainment, so many things will come. Similarly, from the point of Atma, from the point of our higher reality, there is Nothing, nobody is killed, nobody is killing. Nobody is killed, nobody is killing. So, what is to be done, you have to do. To be done means dharmic. What is dharmic? Arjuna is a Kshatriya, king's family. So he is in the battlefield. They have decided to go for a fight. So he has to do what is to be done as per the dharma in that moment. So that is what it is telling now, this sloka. Next sloka, same thing is continuing. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा न भविता वा भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतो अयं पुराणो न हन्यते न हन्यमाने शरीरे. The last word is same thing, न हन्यते न हन्यमाने शरीरे. But initially न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित्. See, this Atma is never born, it never dies. न जायते न म्रियते. Then Nayam Bhutva na Bhavida na Boya. See, when it is an unborn one, then when it is existing one always, there is nothing to discuss about when it came into being. Does it come into being? Will it come into being? Question does not arise. That is what taught in the 3 words. Na jayate mrideva kadachit nayam bhutva na bhavida na boyaga. After that, aja, again aja means unborn. So that is why repetition will be lot. From the point of Atma, all this are teaching. From the point of Atma means what? You are. That's what initially we told. In the place of Arjuna, you are also addressed. So from the point of Atma, we are all unborn and ever existing. Nitya. Nitya can be stated as eternal and also unchanging. Satya, like that. Then Shashwata, ever lasting. Purana means here it is written, given translation that fresh. So here you can have an idea about freshness. There is an inner awareness in us that prompts us about so many variations in our life. That I tell from the age of so many slabs of 2 years, 5 years and everything can find out. Otherwise, from the point of it prompts the intellect, it prompts the emotion, it prompts the chitta, memory. What is that it? It is the changeless awareness. That changeless awareness prompts you that you are tired. Body-wise tired or mentally tired? Body-wise tired will happen when you are worked out physically. You will know that you are tired. You will know that you are tired. What is that first you? First you is not tired. Think over. And then after sleep, you tell I am fresh. I know I am fresh. That second eye, body, even mind also. After this 1 hour class, or when I was listening to this 2-3 hours of profound Vedanta, mentally, after mental gymnasia, that is intellectual gymnasia, we feel little mentally tight. That how we know? The awareness is not tired. The changeless awareness prompts the intellect and mind that the mind or intellect is little bit overworked. So that is why this Purana, freshness, ever fresh. Because when there is no change, all these things are automatic. Most of the things will fall into this aspect of non-changingness. Non-changingness takes care of even doer, receiver, then fluctuations in happiness, sadness and everything. And also, the non-changingness is prompting all the changes which is happening in the world, around us, in the body and in mind. All these things are taken care by the non-changing aspect of Atma. So that is the second sloka. Then one more sloka was there. So knowing this, Veda Vinashinam. So that knowing this, you will fight. Because again, same thing, what is to be done in that point, you have to do as per your dharma. So many reasons were given, as per that you are not affected and everything. So you have to do. These three slokas are again repeated, and here one so you are not the body, mind and everything. It is concerned, it is supported by another statement from Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad is the Mula, so there is source for these two verses, 19 and 20. Yayanam Vetigandaram also, Najayade Mrideva. Same things are there in the Kathopanishad also. That is Kathopanishad from Yajurveda. And Kathopanishad is telling one more verse, Ashariram Sharireshu Anavasto Avasthitam Mahantam Vibhumatmanam Matvadhiro Nasochati. Nasochati, then that also it is coming, you see. There is nothing to grieve. Shariri is the Atma. Ashariram Sharireshu. So that Atma has nothing to do with. The body is an appearance, superimposition on Atma. Atma is a higher reality. It doesn't have body. So that is another sloka from Kathopanishad supporting this, all these things, teaching that I am not the body and everything. So these 2-3 things I want to tell. Then next sloka, 2 slokas are combined. Yeah.
Verse 23.
चित्रं निशस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापः न शोषयति मारुतः.
Chapter 2, verse 23. Weapons do not slay this self, nor does fire burn it. Water does not wet or drown, nor does wind dry it. That's the translation. Chapter 2, verse 23.
अच्छेद्योऽयमदाद्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च नित्यः सर्वगतस्थाणुः अचलोऽयं सनातनः.
Chapter 2, verse 24. This self cannot be slain, burnt, drowned, or dried. It is changeless, all-pervading, stable, immovable, and eternal. That is the translation.
So these 2 verses 23 and 24 are combined because Nainam Chintanti Sasrani, that 4 things are told in the first verse, and the Achedyoyam, Adahyoyam. So that's why 2 are combined together, because some of them are common. So to discuss this, we will take up the first sloka. Nainam Chintanti Sastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavaha, Nainam Kledayandi Apaha, Nashochayati Martha. So all the actions, different actions are discussed here, which can destroy the things. All these things are represented in Panchabhutas, you can see. First one is told Nainam Chintanti Sastrani. That is Sastra, this earth element. Whatever the Sastra, no? Whichever is the sword or it's a kind of bows, arrows, and then even nowadays also, even atomic also, this is all earth elements. Then Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Agni. That is, Atma cannot be destroyed by weapons, Atma cannot be burnt by Agni. Nainam Kledayandi means Apa means water. Water cannot drown it or something. Water cannot take it away. These are all explanation you have to see from the point of 5 elements. Then it will have more meanings. Otherwise, it will look like just a discussion of unimaginable Atma and everything. But Atma we are accepted. That is our higher self. That is from the point of universe, it is Brahman and everything. This is the higher reality. We are very close to it during the deep sleep. That always should be there. And whenever this kind of discussions are there, you have to switch over to our format, no? Triangular format, then binary format. Triangular format, binary format. These things you should never forget. I will be telling once or twice every class, but it should be always with you, default or whatever thing you call. It should be there. Just like when people play Karagata, no? One thing will be there. So this is also given an example. Suddenly it is coming to my mind. I never thought of it. That is ladies mainly and gents also. But in the play or in the performance, it's okay. But what is the example is given here is that it is actually discussed in by I think Puji Swamiji. That is in North India, in Rajasthan and everything. Ladies used to go from place to place on the road. It is not a performance. They will have 2 or 3 gadas on their head. It is by practice from the young age. So they will go by selling something. One will be this one buttermilk, one will be having butter, or another is milk or something like that. Otherwise, any other item also. 2-3 gadas they will keep it on the head, and they will go just sometime dancing or sometime for just pulling the attraction of others. Otherwise, they will do transactions. They may go to shops and purchase beaten leaves and everything. All things they will do, but one part of the mind will be on the head to keep the balance. It is there in circus also, single wheel moving this thing. So it is not very uncommon. Shruti in the music, when you play Carnatic music or any classical music, there will be Shruti. So that Mount Savarana student, no, my wife also knows. So that is what here it is required. One part of the mind should be always in the higher reality. That higher reality never goes away. Having understood some of the aspects of the last 11th class, I am of the higher reality. I am the changeless awareness. I am Atma from the point of this body. I am same Brahman from the point of universe. If that is not okay, at least changeless awareness I told you last week. Changeless awareness is there prompting all changes. That changeless awareness is there in the sleep also. It is nearest to your reality. So that part of the thing should always be there while you listen the teaching. If it is not there, nothing is going to happen. So that is what the common thing in the triangular format and the binary format. But what is the difference also you should know, triangular format, binary format. Triangular format is Jiva Jagat Ishvara. Binary format is Atma and Atma. So Atma is not different from Brahman. Brahman with power is Ishvara. So that is the connection between these two formats. Brahman with power is Ishvara, and that Jiva is non-different from Brahman. That is what very important thing. Only because of ignorance you have forgotten your original nature. Now we are teaching you. We are introducing you to yourself. The teaching introduces me to myself. The teaching introduces me to myself. I have to shift my identification from this body, mind, intellect or soul to my real nature of Atma. So that is what Jiva. So Jiva Jagat Ishvara, why it is coming in triangular format? Ishvara and Jiva are discussed for puja, devotion, bhakti. These are all very important in the preliminary stage. That is the beauty of Vedanta with Western philosopher. Western philosopher will tell about consciousness, the thing in itself, Immanuel Kant. Like that they tell. That is as if a paroksha, indirect. It is somewhere. Or it is a Big Bang, before Big Bang. What is the use? What is the benefit? In Vedanta, we are telling you are that Atma, untouched. Untouched by anything. There's 5 kinds of the I think now I am telling the second thing. That's why Atma and Atma format came. That is why I am just shifting the teaching. So Atma and Atma format only will give you benefit. Jiva Jagat Ishvara is starting because we are seeing the duality, multiplicity of the world. It appears that you are different from me. And God is all powerful, so I am worshipping. I have to worship from the body, from the point of body. I am doing it because this body is the baby, mother in the womb, baby in the womb, mother is old. No? Like that God-baby relationship you can have, like the baby in the womb of the mother is one with the. So after coming out also, it depends on the mother for many years, few years at least. So like that, after understanding this also, puja is done, worship is done, everything is done, coming down to the body, from the binary format to triangular format. Same thing. From the binary format, to the triangular format, I am coming and taking care of other jobs in my profession, family and everything. Similarly, puja also, we are doing it. So, this shifting the format is very important when you go to the teaching level. Teaching level means what? Understanding level of this Atma Viveka. Then, what will happen? Jiva Jagat Ishvara, puja and everything you do. Jagat, you can do the, take care of your job and everything, family circumstances. Then when you want to, means face any big problem or calamities and everything, what is happening around, you are hearing some of the people passed away, known people, something like that. So, unreality to what is happening around, unreality from the point of I am the real. All things happenings are unreal. Why? There is changing thing. How a changing thing can be real? Changing thing can affect the changing thing. By body mind is changing thing, and changing thing in the world can affect the body mind. But I am not the body mind. Body mind is in me, I am not the body mind. So that is what the thing to be understood. Here this binary format, triangular format also, same thing is from the point of Bhagavad Gita, that is Tattvamasi. First 6 chapters, predominantly Tvam. Second 6 chapters, we covered 7th chapter and everything, predominantly Tat. Then, that is Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo, Brahmaiva, Napara, Asi, the Aikyam. So that's what Bhagavad Gita's 6th chapter, 6th chapter, 6th chapter. So that is both the 2 formats, and this will combine. So from the point of these 5 elements, you are not destructible. So element first apa is over, then finally air cannot dry you. Nashochaiti martha. Means what? That is air is covered, Agni is covered, earth is covered, water is covered. But all these things can happen in space only. No? So space is indirectly covered, because without space nothing, no action can take place in the transactional reality. The transactional reality, in the empirical reality, Vyavaharika Satyam, space is very important. It is Achetana, that's all. Otherwise it is all pervading and everything. So that is what covered in this sloka. But most of the things are told in the next verse also. Achetyoyam, I think. Achetyoyam adahyoyam. Akledyoshya evacha.
26.
After that there is coming Nityaha Sarvagadaha Stanahu Achaloyam Sanaganam. So Nityaha again changeless or eternal. Then Stanahu, stable. It is most stable thing. You can take it as sustainer, stable. Sthana means a pillar, like in this thing, Vakyartha, dictionary meaning. But here it is stable. That we say no, it's pillar of the organization, sustainer. So it is Lakshyartha, implied meaning you have to go. Then immovable. Achaloyam Sanadana. Sanadana means ever fresh or eternal. So now Achala means what? Immovable. Atma is a pillar of the organization. We tell it's not so stout person. No, it is not a big mota. Similarly, immovable means not like that the person cannot move. That kind of movement is not covered here. Why it is not movable? Why Atma cannot move? It is not because Atma is having paralysis and everything. There is no space for it to move. All pervading is one of the quality we discussed, but all pervading is actually slightly, it is not clearly telling, because all pervading means immediately will come, it pervades over the universe. But in one way it is okay, but it sustains the universe. Why? It is because of higher reality. This is very important. So you don't Assume Atma as it is pervades the, it is totally defined as pervading the space. It has to be opposite. Space is sustained by Atma. Space is, the universe is sustained by Atma. But we say Atma pervades the universe. But the meaning has to be understood. Example is deep sleep. Deep sleep state. Deep sleep state, I tell, but again we have to tell this. Deep sleep state, you are all pervading, because deep sleep state, in your deep sleep state, you are present, but you don't have location. When you are there and you don't have location, similarly space is there, but space doesn't have location. In the Vyavahariya, in the transactional reality, universe, total universe is in the space. But same thing extent. In sleep, you are there, you don't have location. You are the sustainer of the space. So, similarly, you are there in your sleep, you don't know the time, you are the sustainer of time. Space and time originates in you, sustained by you, and resolves in you. When you wake up, only space and time come. Everything past, present and future in the whole universe, 14 lokas, entire galaxy is within the space. Think over. You are the sustainer. So this immovable and everything is because you are the sustainer. As Atma, you don't move. Why to move? The whole universe is in you. So that is what Achalayam Sanatana. That is also over, and it's a good sloka. It's simple when compared to others. Then other things, I think 26th and 27th is combined. Next two slokas we will take up.
अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतम् तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैवं शोचितुमर्हसि.
Chapter 2, verse 26. And if you take this Atman to have constant birth and death, even then, Arjuna, the mighty armed, you ought not to grieve for the Atman in this manner. That's the translation.
जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युः ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मादपरिहार्येऽर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि.
Chapter 2, verse 27. For that which is born, death is certain, and for that which is dead, birth is certain. Therefore, you ought not to grieve over that which cannot be altered. That's the translation.
So now is coming down to this death, birth and death. The subtleness of the teaching, whenever it is there, you have to be extremely sharp. Your intellect has to absorb, grasp. So that is what all these things are teaching can take you to the threshold of your original nature. That's what Kenopanishad is telling. Srotasya srotam, manaso mana, vacho havacham, sam pranasya prana, chakshusha chakshuko adimuchya dira, pritya mam. You see, that thing is that the eye is able to see because of Atma. Ear is able to hear because of Atma. Mind is able to think because of Atma. How you are unique? The prime reason that you are different from me means body mind. I am different from my wife, I am different from, everyone has got a unique nature. See, this unique nature of everyone is also because of Atma. Body makes a role. Definitely body contributes to the uniqueness. But once the life goes away, what is the difference? Body mixes with the earth or it is burnt. But still people think over about the person because of their intellect and everything. It's okay. But still, from the point of body I am telling, the uniqueness. And we give so much importance to this body. And also, another important thing, this two slokas you have. body is subject to death. Okay, these two slokas, the second sloka is totally, it is that only. Jadasya hi dhruvam mrityuhu dhruvam janma mritasya cha. So, see, the thing is that no, this is an extremely important circumstance to understand about birth and death. Because we heard sometime also before that some people, very distant relation passed away, but it is because it is very distant relation, it's a different thing. But you see, we give importance to the uniqueness and also transactions of the people. That is why we mourn, we are shaken when people die. But you just go into that death and body. See, I made some small this thing, I think on dialogue long before. That is how the death of close people need not be grieved to that an extent, get shocked. Yes, practically you will have problem. But what will happen? Once, if it is, that's what Arjuna also, no? Bhishma, Drona, this is what it will come to the end with the teaching. That is, Bhishma and Drona is not different from you from the point of Atma. They are unique because of Atma. So, whatever transaction, the loving words, the reply, the unique response. See, when you, this is another thing you have to. Now, every day you just analyze out of about 16 hours, at least 1 or 2 hours, you are behaving first time in your life. Today, this teaching itself, first time in my 66-year-old life, no? This never, I have never taught like this. No? So, like this few hours, every day, you are responding first time in your life. How? It is because of consciousness. It is because of Chetana Shakti. It is because of awareness. It is because of that higher power. That itself is the proof. We don't do it, that's all. We appreciate robots and artificial intelligence and everything. But when you analyze yourself, can artificial intelligence or robot can do this? Every time when you activate something new means what? It will only spoil the things. But our reaction, mostly it is okay to some extent. Sometimes it is adverse and sometimes it is excellent. But mostly it is okay. No, you are responding properly to the circumstance first time in your life. At the age of 80 years it happens. To the optimum level of body, mind, intellect, we try to respond reasonably well. How? It is because of the Chetana Shakti. Otherwise, people would have created human being or even a path they are not able to create. To replace a kidney, they want a big machine, dialysis machine. And to replace the liver, I think they cannot do it. They need a factory of more than an acre. So that is the beauty of this nature and everything, that nature is sustained by consciousness, you. So here, Jadasya hi dhruvam mrityu, that is, here Bhagavan is coming down to normal things happening in the life, because those who are born, they are supposed to die. What about Krishna's body, Rama's body? Anyone's body is not remaining. People don't keep also, no? Anyway, in Goa church and everything, that's not a big thing. So, that birth is followed by death, and as far as you are concerned, having doership and soul, believe in soul, again you are born. So, when this is a natural thing that you cannot change, why don't you do your duty? As per the circumstance, situation, respond dharmically, fight. That's what's told here. This is 2 verses. Birth is natural thing, death is a natural thing. And from the point of Atma, you are not doing anything. It is body, mind is doing its duty. So don't mind you are not killing Drona, Bhishma, or neither they are killed or you are doing from the point of Atma. As per your Kshatriya Dharma, being a prince of king and for establishing Dharma, let the body, mind do the dharmic thing. So that is the beautiful teaching of these 2 verses. Now we will go to the next verse, 28. Avyaktadini bodhani. Let's 28. We'll time.
Avyakadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktani dhananyeva tatra
Chapter 2, verse 28. Bharata, that is Arjuna, all beings are unmanifest in the beginning, manifest in the middle, and again unmanifest in the end. What indeed is there to grieve about? That's the translation.
So here, a slightly different type of teaching. That's why we are taking this sloka separately. Avyakta dini bodhani vyakta. That is manifestation and manifestation. See, this manifestation and manifestation was this one told in the Vedanta simplified class also. So you have to recollect manifestation. We used to give an example of showing the palm in the presence of light. That is, light is expressed in the areas of the hand. That is in this area, it is whatever is there. But light is all pervading, everywhere it is there. But when we show the hand, light is manifested on the hand. So manifestation can be in the form of anything, that is existence, also a manifestation of Atma, or awareness is also manifestation of Atma, and bliss happens also manifestation, and the inner universe also a manifestation. So here moonlight we told. So moonlight is a manifestation of sunlight on the moon. So here moonlight is taken as the this is the wrong thing. It's not light of the moon. It is light on the moon. So similarly, this subtle body reflects Atma. That manifestation we tell expression. So here we will separately tell about that means reflected consciousness and everything. Here simply manifestation and manifestation. This universe is a cyclic process, but millions of years. Every means sthiti, that is srishti, sthiti, pralaya. So sthiti is a long process. So after that it manifests. It is a time-bound process. I have written that paragraph. It's a time-bound process. Manifestation and manifestation is time-bound process, and the karma activates. The karma, as per the karma, Lord activates manifestation, then resolution. So in this sloka it is told, because the life itself is a manifestation and manifestation, what is there for you to grieve? The whole thing, not only Bhishma, Drona and everything, that the whole whatever the thing, Kurukshetra, this, everything, that whole universe is a cycle, manifestation and manifestation. So it is a kind of cosmic drama. You are playing the role of a jiva, means just role play. So in this cosmic drama, so just do your duty. That is what. So in all these verses, I told no. This Arjuna is either asked to do his duty of fighting, or not to grieve. This both things are taught in most of these 20 slokas. Either not to grieve or do your duty, fight. So, and one last sloka is there, 29th sloka. That is the beautiful. 30th we have already covered, combined one. Ramadan.
आश्चर्यवत् पश्यति कश्चिदेनम् आश्चर्यवत् वदति तथैव चान्यः आश्चर्यवच्चैनमन्यः शृणोति श्रुत्वाप्येनं वेद न चैव कश्चित्.
Chapter 2, verse 29. One looks upon the self as a wonder. Similarly, another speaks of it as a wonder, and another hears it as a wonder. Still another, even after hearing about this self, does not understand it at all. That's the translation.
See now, it's a beautiful sloka. People like it, and it's quoted also. And it's repeated. One word is repeated 3 times. Ashcharyavat pashyati kastidenam. Pashyati is used as a dictionary meaning seeing. But when we discuss, when we teach and everything, SEE, the word see is used in different sense. But see, in discussing also we use, not only in teaching. See what is happening in a particular state, in finance capital. See means what? I can go and see. So understanding or recognizing what is happening in that state. See how it is coming. That seeing is not seeing with eyes. I also understood something what is happening there. It is not because of my eyes. It is nothing to do with Pashya seeing. And people say some loose language that I see means what? Is it so? That SE is used in many sense. So here that Pashyati has to be given an implied meaning, Lakshyartha. So it is to look upon. To look upon, Atma is a wonder, amazing, mystery. All these things are synonym. It's a mysterious thing. Atma itself is a mystery. It's a amazing or wonder. To look upon Atma. That is what Pashyat. Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschidena. It's a rare phenomenon. Kaschid. Then Vadati, discussing. Now what we are discussing, about which, that's what, no, it is what, Yado Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasasagam. Mind cannot go there. Now we are discussing. That's what I give. I already recollect the example. A dream dog is sufficient to wake you from the dream. Similarly, this kind of discussion is sufficient to take you to the super waker state. That's what Swami was telling. This is the waking state. From the dream, we come to waking state. This discussion can take you to super waking state. Super waking state is your changeless awareness. So that is what Vadati. Vadati means discussion, teaching, whatever thing happening. This is also another wonder. Because this discussion itself is happening because of Atma. And we want to know about Atma. Pradibodha vididam madam. Amritattvam idhi vindade. Kenopanishad. Again, every discussion is happening. In every thought, it presupposes consciousness. Without consciousness, before a thought, consciousness is there. During the thought, consciousness is there. After the thought also, consciousness is there. Because consciousness means awareness. Before the thought, during the thought, and after the thought, awareness is there. And moreover, that thought is made up of what? It is a subtle energy. It is of lower reality. That's what thought cannot bother you when you understand. Not only understand, when you claim you are the awareness which gives life to the thought. You are the awareness which gives life to the thought. Then how the thought can trouble you? That understanding happens. I agree now. Because now I was like a normal person bothered by thought. Now I am not bothered by thought. So similarly, this is Ascharyavat Vadati. Then listening, Srinodi. Listening also, it is means what? Listening is happening because of Atma, but here it is a different way of interpretation is there. Look upon Atma is wonder, and also not able to grasp by understanding, by discussion. That is also wonder. That's what lost. After all this doing, not understanding is also wonder. So that is the beautiful thing about explaining this Atma here. You see, because these are all reason for all these things is one is Atma is self-evident. It reveals itself. You are also self-evident. Combine these both things. Atma is self-evident. You are self-evident. Therefore, you are the Atma. How you are self-evident? It is so simple. You are going to a lighted room. There's a room, light in the room. Light means what? In the night, you have the tube light is there or some other light is there. So you are able to see a book on the table in the room. Suddenly power goes away, there is no UPS. So what you do? You take a torch and approximately you know where is the table. You put, now the book is revealed through the torchlight. First the book is revealed through the all-pervading light of the lamp bulb. Second, when the power went away, you put the torch and the book is revealed by the torchlight. After that, you have taken the book, kept it in the cupboard. You have kept the torch also in the cupboard. Suppose you have kept the torch also in the cupboard. Somebody calls you. What you will tell? I am here. What is revealing you in that pitch dark? Is it light? No. You are not touching yourself and telling I am here. You are self-revealed. You are self-evident to the mind. That is all. During sleep, it may not happen because mind is not there. So, this self-evidence is very prominent in waking state. This example is up to the example only. So, in the sleep, awareness is there, mind is not there. So, that is the reason you are not getting up with a simple call. But for me and everything, it is little sound also will get wake up. So, if anybody calls, shout, I may wake up. So, it depends upon the person to person, sleep to sleep, deep sleep, very sound sleep. Sound sleep means not with snoring. So, this sleep also, if somebody is touched, they get up. Or somebody is called 3-4 times, they get up. No, it happens. No, mind is not there. Mind resolves. But somebody calls means we get up. So the self-revealing nature is there in us. So that self-evident thing is Atma. That's what the beauty. So but wonder how many times it is so. Because something if it happens suddenly, we get surprise. So we get a shock, blackout. So that way also you can say, oh, this is Atma. Anyadeva tat vididat ado avididat abhi. Means whatever is beyond known and unknown. Whatever is in and through known and unknown is Atma. Isness, isness I told you, that is what isness. And is not, in that is not also the isness is there. So in everything, in the presence and absence, that reveals is Atma. And the presence and absence is because of Atma. Isness and everything we can discuss sometimes because it's a very long matter. So that is the thing which is of higher reality. So that is what Acharyavat means, wonder, amazing and mystery, all these things can be done. And finally the teaching has to end with the 11th sloka, at least we will do that one. Then we have to take up the benefits. 11th sloka, because of all these things, there is no need for you to grieve, association and association. That is Pandita, that is wise people don't grieve for the living, they don't grieve for the dead. You speak like a wise person, but grieving. So it is contradiction. So it is addressed. We are all addressed as a Arjuna is a nimitta. You are all addressed by Lord Krishna. So when you compare Arjuna's position and our position, don't see especially this corona. Normally, much okay. That is Arjuna's situation is very critical situation, because he's in a dilemma. He's entangled with so many problems, wars and everything. But fighting or non-fighting, confused, and there is a question of birth and death. It's also a question of the kingdom and this thing, all these things. Even if we get the kingdom, others will not be there. So many things are there. So Arjuna's situation is worse than our normal situation. So this sloka has to be ended with that. That is the reason. The root cause is removed. That is identification with body, mind, intellect as oneself. Shift the identification. What is this Vedanta? It is not. All this teaching is not for Atma. It is not for your body. Just if you bifurcate it, body, mind, intellect, then mana, buddhi, chitta, ankara. It is not for body, it is not for mind, it is not for chitta, then it is not for. What is Vedanta teaching finally? Atma doesn't require teaching. Anatma cannot be taught. Anatma will not be permanent. Atma does not require teaching. So you as Atma also does not require teaching. You as Anatma cannot be permanent. So what is this all teaching? The teaching is not for ego, not for ankara, not for buddhi, not for mind, not for Atma. It is shifting your identification from ego. Shift. Now you think that you are the I notion, me notion, my notion. Ahankara, then Mamakara is attached. First Ahankara, then Mamakara. When you get up from sleep, first Ahankara, then Mamakara. First I, then whatever is related to me, the room, the commitment, the liabilities, the relation, all the situations around, all these things are Mamakara. First is Ahankara. So what is happening here? They shift it from the ego, shift your identification from your ego and identify with your own higher self, which is everlasting thing. From that point, doing your duty will be easy, will be automatic. We will see in the benefits in the third chapter, Prakriti Kriyamanani. Body, mind, intellect will work better than now, and you will can be always happy, satisfied, peace and security will be your nature. So that's what the whole teaching. So Tattvamasi, that Jivo Brahmaiva Para. That is, you are not different from Atma or even. That's what the teaching. Now hereafter benefits, I know how much time is there.
Over 9.
9 over means
4 more.
So benefits from the point of at least from the immediate benefit what Arjuna is supposed to get, we will get from the quick few slogas. That will be very easy. Few minutes, even if we delay, no problem, because at least I should cover 70% of what I planned. So now we only 50%. So not 20% means not 20 minutes, 5 minutes. We will play that set of slogas from 31 to at least 37. 38 we will take up afterward. 31 to 37 we will play.
Chapter 2, verse 31. And also, from the standpoint of your own duty, you cannot waver, for there is nothing greater to a Kshatriya than a battle for the cause of Dharma. That's the translation. Chapter 2, verse 32. Partha, that is Arjuna, only lucky Kshatriyas get this kind of battle, which has come by chance and which is an open gate to heaven. That's the translation. Chapter 2, verse 33. But if you refuse to engage in this war that is in keeping with Dharma, then forfeiting your own duty and honor, you will gain only sin. That is the translation. Chapter 2, verse 34. Also, people will speak of your unending infamy. For the honored, dishonor is surely worse than death. That's the translation. Chapter 2, verse 35. The great warriors will consider you as having retreated from the battle due to fear, and you, having been so highly esteemed by them, will fail in their esteem. That's the translation.
पश्यन्ति तवाहिताः निन्दन्तस्तव सामर्थ्यम् ततो दुःखतरं नु किम्.
Chapter 2, verse 36. And belittling your prowess, your enemies will say many unutterable things about you. Is there anything more painful than that? That's the translation.
अतो वा प्राप्स्यसि स्वर्गम् जित्वा वा भोक्ष्यसे महीम् तस्मादुत्तिष्ठ कौन्तेय युद्धाय कृतनिश्चयः.
Chapter 2, verse 37. Destroyed, you will gain heaven. Victorious, you will enjoy this world. Therefore, Kaunteya, Arjuna, get up, having resolved to fight. That's the translation.
These 7 slokas are important from the many point, not only for Arjuna, for our transactional life also, in the family, in the profession, with the world, with relations and everything. So there is the benefit, immediate benefit. Bhagavan is expecting from Arjuna, and it was successful also. Arjuna started fighting. These 7 slokas are not repeated in many of the places in Arjuna. 1 or 2 slokas again he is telling Yudhyasva, means do it. But not these 7 slokas with inner meaning, which we have taken for mind management technique also in the normal yoga class. This is what how we have taken is like that. When very difficult situation comes, very severe afflictions, you determine to face it. I will face this situation with the help of God. You take a vow, I will face. Then only 2 things can happen. One is, you will be able to face it and overcome. Otherwise, a challenge. You will achieve great things which you could not have achieved without this big problem. That is the beautiful thing we have taken from this portion of MMT, and that is and another small things I already told in introduction. I will just tell you. If you run away from this bottle, what Duryodhana will tell? Arjuna ran away because not that compassion towards Bhishma. He will not tell. He will propagate. Arjuna was fearful. He is afraid of all the things. He ran away. That's what he will go propaganda. What will happen to your famous? You will be shunned by everyone. There is another thing. Third thing, finally he is telling in the 37th sloka, that is, if you die, you will get Swarga and good birth. Because it is Viragati, Kshatriya, Dharma. So, battlefield, everything you know, posthumous award and everything you have seen in this world also. Battlefield, dying is a great thing, giving life for the nation. So, giving life for the Dharma. And otherwise, if you win, you will get the kingdom. Beautiful ending. This is what I want to tell. This sloka is also important. Then next sloka, 30th sloka, next week, that is for all of us in a different kind of situation, in both in the duality. The duality means the extreme situation. In labo means success, failure and everything will come. We will end the session now, and next time onwards, the Dhyana sloka 1 we will add up. This time 2 slokas we did in the beginning. Next time 3 slokas, like I think 7 slokas are there. So we will conclude the session today.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ